Every time I wear this sweater, I think of that cartoon from the 90s. I think it's All Real Monsters, especially if I'm wearing red lipstick and I'm wearing this. I feel like her. Made a bit of a picture, of course. Yeah, I think it's a her, right? Because she has like long eyelashes or something. Anyways, hi. It's been super gloomy here the past few days, which, I personally love. However, it's been so dark in my room. I only have one light, and my window in my room isn't huge, I guess. So I don't know. It's big for the size of the room, but it's not big enough for whenever there's a cloudy day. So I have to use a light. I was lazy. I don't feel like setting up my big light, so I have a small light. That's why there are shadows. Shadows are driving me crazy, but I'm sure you guys are gonna say you don't care because you guys are always so nice to me. So thank you. Anyways, last week was pretty hectic, but it was a good week. We had Friendsgiving, the game came on, and I lost my voice screaming at the TV, but we won, and wow, what a great Saturday! Such a great Saturday. Um, it's been years since we won. For, I don't know, if you don't know anything about football or whatever, I won't go into the lore. Just look up Ohio State versus that team up north. And yeah, we won. So that's awesome. And I've never been more thankful for Ryan Day in my life. So yeah, I had a great week last week. And yeah, I just took last week off to be with friends, family, things like that. I am going to combine my November and December favorites videos, like monthly favorites, monthly edit. I just think it'll be a little bit more interesting. I can't see myself doing things too different between the 2 months, so I'm just gonna combine them together. I'll just have more to talk about, so that's how I'm gonna do it. Speaking of the new year, I do want to show you guys some planners and journals that I picked up for the new year. I'm looking for still another planner or two. I'm kind of thinking just one more. I want it to be pretty big, and it would be nice if it could just lay out completely flat. I'll also add in some shots of each planner so you can clearly see how they look inside. I also picked up 2 pins and a little calendar. The Moleskin's actually a sign of my Paper Republic right now. I made a video the other day speaking about this on TikTok, so it's still in here. I just wanted to show you guys how much space it takes up. It's pretty nice. I think you can still fit maybe 2 tiny Paper Republic refills in here if you wanted to. And let me take it out. This is a soft cover planner, I think, because you can bend it. That's what I said on TikTok, but I think that means it's the soft cover. I really didn't pay attention when I ordered it, but I think I'm happy that it's a soft cover. I typically do not go for moleskin journals. They've just never really appealed to me. I've used other leather journals and softcover journals, as you guys know, you've seen on here if you've been following me. When I was looking for a planner this size, it was very important that I could see a monthly spread and a yearly spread, which I can in this one. I also love that there is enough room to write on each day. I kind of use my planners as my journals. I do have a couple of journals for private journaling, but I find that I don't use them as much as I use my planners. For example, I like to take this Paper Republic journal with me everywhere. I like to write a page or two whenever I'm waiting on a friend at a cafe or a restaurant. I like to just look around and look at my environment, and I'll just write until they show up. Or if I have any ideas on the go, I like to write them down. I find that I remember them better than if I just put it in my notes app. I also like writing down any important dates, events, whatever that anyone tells me about. And I like to describe what I was wearing or what they were wearing at the time, so that whenever I look back at my planners, I can remember what was going on that day. So again, I find myself journaling technically a little bit more in my planners for personal things than I do in my regular journals. Those are a toss-up. I can't really tell you what's in my journals. I don't know. I think I use my larger journals for if I need more space to get my thoughts out, then I will use a larger journal. And if I don't need that, then I will use a planner. I think that's typically how it goes. The next planner is this Muji planner. I took all of the packaging off, so I'm not 100% sure its name. For each week, you have the week laid out on one side, and then there's a blank page on the other. This type of planner I like to use to keep track of my goals, brainstorms, any project ideas, anything like that. I like to keep in here, and that's why I love to have that extra sheet to write down any of my thoughts. If I have any extra thoughts, what I will typically do is write it on a different sheet of paper, and then sometimes I, with, what is it, washi tape? Is that right? I will tape it to the page in here because it kind of can't go over to the next page because then that's the next week. But I'll do that and I'll fold it, and then I can unfold everything and see what I have in there. So that's what I will be using this one for. Next two things are these pocket notebooks. They are just plain notebooks. There's nothing that special about them. However, I do like how the paper feels. I use this smaller one as a drawing journal. I haven't had one in so long, and honestly don't think I know how to draw anymore. So it would be nice to do a little bit of practice. I don't know if I'll use just pencil, probably. This paper's a little thin, I think, for marker, but if someone knows if it's good with markers and things like that, just let me know. But yeah, I think this one will be my little drawing journal. That's kind of what I envision for it. One as my reading journal. Oh my God, Ashley, I didn't know you were in here. Ash, Ash. I'm gonna try to make her say hi. Come here. Hi. She wants to leave, but you gonna come? Come on. You wanna go? You can leave. You are free to go. I didn't even know she was in here. She must have been under my bed. What was I saying? I think I was talking about how I'm going to use this as my reading journal. Right now, I use the Paper Republic ones, but they are a little bit on the thinner side, and I find myself just writing a lot more these days about what I read. Last thing for Muji is this little tear-off calendar. I have one for this year, so now I have one for next year. It's just something fun to do. Nothing really to talk about when it comes to this. I just don't know where I'm going to put it because I had a different desk last year, so I don't know, but I'll figure it out, and of course you guys will see whenever I put it up. Last thing I picked up are these two Pilot fountain pens, the Kakuno, I hope I pronounced that correctly, pens. I think these are technically for children, but I'm not a huge fountain pen writer. I do have two more of these, which I will grab so I can show you what the pen looks like because I haven't opened these yet. This one is in medium and this one is in fine. The two that I have are extra fine. I typically try to write as thin as possible. I just don't like using bolder ink. However, I think it would be nice to try to use it every now and then for fun. I would like to improve my fountain pen skills, but I still don't know if I can see myself using a fountain pen all the time. But let me show you guys the other two so you can kind of get an idea of what the pen looks like. Right, my little pen cup here they are. I guess I only need one. They're exactly the same thing. You can see the ink through the pen. Obviously those two have color, so you won't be able to see it as well. And you just take the cap off and there's a little smiley face. I hope you guys can see that. There's a little smiley face on the front, which is really cute. And it tells you what size the pen is. So this one says EF for extra fine. And the other two, one has an M and one has an F. And if I remember correctly, it comes with the ink and you just put the ink inside of here. I think that's right. Yeah. So this comes out. This one is obviously kind of empty if you look at it. I need to buy some more ink for this. Again, I don't know anything about fountain pens. I'm not going to pretend. I think you can use the dipping ink. Is that what it's called? You guys can educate me and let me know. I'm not sure, but I like these. They're very elementary for me. Someone, again, who knows nothing about fountain pens. They're very affordable. I wouldn't feel that bad if I lost one. I think if I had a fancy fountain pen and I lost it, it would in me. I think that's all of my stationery. So I have some errands to run today and tomorrow. I need to buy some Christmas cards for all of my friends and family. Hoping to look at art tomorrow. So if I do, I'll take you guys with me. And for now, that's all that I have. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
coming off of tours and doing everything you do, like you do want your home space where you really live to be fairly private.